ask me, or you can type at the comment or the chat box. All right. So network in graph theory. Okay. So far you have learned few types of graphs, isn't it? Okay, you have learned few types of graph when you were in lower form and in form 4. Okay, some of the graphs that you have learned is, alamak, why like this there? Some of the graphs that you have learned is a linear graph. Okay, linear graph is a straight line graph, right? It is a straight line graph like this, where you have few points, okay, plotted on a graph, and you draw a straight line. Alamak, sorry, it's not straight. Okay, so it is y equals to mx plus c. So this is a general form of straight line, okay, a linear function where the highest power is 1. Next, if let's say you have few points plotted like this, okay, contoh macam ni lah, okay, you get a shape of a curve, whether it is a sad curve or a happy set or happy face. So this is called a quadratic graph of ax squared plus bx plus c, where the highest power is 2. Next, you have a cubic graph. The shape is like this. You have reciprocal graph. Reciprocal graph is something like this or like this. And some of you, for those who take at maths, you learn the parabola graph. Okay, contoh macam ni lah. Okay, so these are the graphs that you have learned so far. But we also have graphs in network. Okay, contoh, if let's say, I take example contohnya, okay, kita ambil jalan Yahya Awal lah. This is the example that I use in class. Okay, because most of you familiar with the buildings or whatever landmarks in along Jalan Yahya Awal. So this is SJK Convent. Sekolah apa pula? Sekolah Kebangsaan Infant Jesus Convent. SKIJC. Okay, sekolah rendah. Next we have SMC, Sekolah Menengah Convent. And after the penjara we have sekolah apa? Kebangsaan Air Molek. Next we have Sekolah Agama Bandar. Okay. Next we have Sekolah Perempuan Yahya Awal, and we have SJKT Yahya Awal. So if you go down there, you will see SSI, you will see a Funyu School, you will see SAB, you will see MK. All right. So, alamak, sekejap I need to admit first. Okay. All right. So all the schools, all right, are called vertices. Okay, the buildings, and these schools are connected by lines. Okay, and these lines are called edges. Okay, so these are actually network. And this is what we are going to learn in chapter 5. Okay, so before we go further, we are going to look at parts of the graph. We're going to start with these dots here. So this dot, we call it as a vertex. So if it is 1, it is called vertex. If it is more than 1, it's called vertices. So this number here is called weightage. Okay, so weightage, it can represent any value. Okay, maybe cost. Okay, cost to travel from point A to point B. Contoh RM30. Next, maybe time taken. Okay, time taken. You need 30 minutes to travel from vertex A to vertex B. It can be apa lagi? Distance. Okay, 30 km between these 2 points. All right. So next we have this curve here. Okay, it looks like an oval. Okay, so this curve we call it as multiple edges. Okay, multiple edges. So as I explained, you can straight away write down the answers. You don't have to wait for me. Okay, so D is also called a vertex, but it is a lonely vertex. So we call it as an isolated vertex. Okay, isolated vertex. So there's a circle at point C or vertex C, and this is what we call as loop. Okay, in Malay, we call it as gelong. All right, next, there's an arrow here on the line. So this is called direction. Okay, direction. Okay, next, this line here that connects AB, that connects AC, we call it as edge. If more than 1, it is called edges. Okay, so now let's look at the types of graph. So you need to know, you need to recognize, you should be able to recognize the types of graph. So the first one, this is a simple graph with all the vertices, 5 vertices. There's no loops, there is no multiple edges, so the name is simple graph. Okay, now it is for B, it is similar to A, but we add multiple edges at AE and also BD, and there are loops at point C and at vertex E. So we call it as graph with multiple edges and loops. Okay, graph with multiple edges and loops. Okay, so whenever you have loops and whenever you have multiple edges, it is not called simple graph anymore. Okay, simple graph is simple saja. No loops, no multiple edges. All right. Okay, so now let's look at the next one. The third one we have, it is similar to A, but we have arrows. So this is what we call as simple directed graph. Why is it called simple? Because there's no multiple edges and there's no loop. No, there's no loops. Okay, simple directed graph. Okay, directed because of the arrow. Okay, now E, it is similar to B, but we have the direction, the arrow. So we call it as directed graph with multiple edges and loops. Excuse my handwriting Dah lama lah tak tulis dekat writing pad. So it feels weird. Okay, so E, it is similar to A. It's just that we have values there. So remember, the values are called weightage, right? But to name the graph, you have to modify the word. So it become weighted simple graph. Weighted simple graph. Okay, so F is similar to E. You just add the arrow there. So we call it as weighted and directed simple graph. Okay, why E and F we call it a simple graph? Because there's no loops and there's no multiple edges. Okay, so that's the introduction of this topic. Okay, so now let's look at the next one. Okay, if you haven't finished, later you can watch the recording because I nak kena cepat lah. Okay, so these two diagrams, okay, are simple graph. Okay, you look here, this is a simple graph. Why is it called simple graph? Because there's no loops, there's no multiple edges. Okay, so you look at vertex 3 to vertex 5. You are given crinkle lines here. Okay, so this line is also called edges. Okay, edges tak semestinya a straight line. It can be a curve. You can draw a zigzag line if you want. You can draw crinkle lines. Okay, tak kisah. Okay, as long as the two vertices are connected by a line. Okay, so the first question, number 1, you have to find the vertices, number of vertices, edges, number of edges, and the degree for each vertex with a symbol here, the sum of degree for the vertices. Okay, so for the first one, we're going to find the vertices. And these vertices must be written in a set notation. Set notation means what? You need to have the curly braces and all the elements separated by a comma. So how many vertices do we have? How many dots there? We have 5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is in a set notation, okay? So how many number of elements in V? Total, we have 5 vertices. Now let's do B. Okay, B is E. E is the edges. Okay, so for question number 1, the lines got name. Okay, they label the lines already. So the first one is E1, E2, E3, E4, and E5. Okay, yeah, E1 until, okay, correct. So total number of edges will be 5. Okay, now let's look at C. Okay, C, how do you find the degree of the vertex? Okay, there are 2 methods, girls. There are 2 methods to find the degree. So the first one, you can list out D1, D2. D stands for the degree. Okay, and this number next to it is the name of the vertices. If let's say this is point A, so I should write here DA lah. But now we use numbers, right? So I use D1, D2, and so on lah. All right, so this is option number 1. Okay, option number 1, we list out one by one. Okay, let's look at vertex number 1. How many degrees? That means we look at how many branches from 1. Okay, so these are the branches, girls. 1, 2. Okay, so right there, 2. How many branches coming out from 2? So we have 1, 2. Tak nampak lah. Okay, we have 1, 2. So 2 here. How many branches coming out from vertex 3? This is 3. 1, 2, 3. So this is 3. Degree 4, we have 2 branches coming out from 4. So right here 2. D5, this is our D5. There's only 1 branch coming out from there. So total, okay. So how to write the total? I'm going to use the symbol of summation. Okay. summation of degree of the vertices. That means you have to add everything together. So 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 will give us 10. This is option number 1. Okay, option number 2, if let's say you don't like, okay, using this listing method, you can use the formula. Okay, summation of degree of the vertices will be, this is the formula, 2 times the number of edges. 2 is the formula. Okay, so 2 times number of edges is how many lines you have. So we just now we have 5 lines, right? So you write here 5. Answer is 10. See, you get the same answer but different method of solving it. All right. Okay. So that's how you do question number 1. All right. So now let's look at the next question. Okay, next question, we do it together. Question very easy, straightforward. Okay. Now let's do it together, girls. So the first one, you have to find number of vertices. So can you please list out? So the first one is V equals to, we have A, B, C, D, and E. Okay. So yeah, total 5 dots. And number of vertices that we have is 5. This is for A. So now let's do B. For B, what do we have here is, we're going to find the number of edges. We're going to list out the edges. Okay. Kejap tak best ah. Okay. So E is what? Okay, you do first ah. Macam tak best. Okay. So E is, okay. So now the edges are not labeled. Okay. Kalau it is not labeled, fine. We just take the points for the vertices. All right. So the first line, I'm going to start with alphabetical order, from alphabetical order. That means from A. So A go where? A, B. After A, B, I'll go to AC. Okay, remember this is in the set notation, so every element must be separated by a comma. All right, so after AC, I'll go to AD. So settle A, let's move on to B. So from B, okay, let's go to, okay, I cannot take BA, girls, okay, because BA is actually same with AB. All right, so let's keep BA. BC, yes, I can take BC. Next, BE, yes, take BE. Okay, after we finish point B, let's go to C. So C, I cannot write CA. Why is that? Because I've already taken AC. AC and CA for a simple graph is the same. Okay, unless kalau dia a directed graph, then it is different direction. Tu dah lain lah. Okay, later I'll explain that. Alright, so CA cannot be taken. So now, can you take CB? CB cannot because CB is equals actually to BC. So next, I can take CE. Okay. Oh, I should have written CD first. Okay, let's write CD. Okay, next is CE. Okay. Now let's look at D. DA is actually same with AD. If I put DC, actually same with CD. Now that's all lah for D. E, we have EC, which is equals to CE, so no need to write. And EB is equals to BE, so no need to write. So that's the only answer that we have. So let's count how many there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 7. Okay, how to check? Okay, this is how you check. You count how many lines here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Same, right? That's how you check lah. Okay, all right. So next, let's move on to the next one. C. We're going to list out the degree for each vertex. So D, okay, this one I cannot write D1. So I have to follow the vertices labeled in the question. So DA, DB, DC, DD, DE. Okay, I want to try and find out how many branches coming out from each vertex. Okay, let me show you. A, we have 3 branches. So 3. B, how many from B? 1, 2, 3. So I write here 3. Okay, so you find the sum of the vertices and this option 1. I want you to try out the option 2 using the formula. Summation of degree of the vertices will be 2 times number of edges. Okay, try first. Okay, if you have finished, I want you to raise up your hands. Okay, now semua turun tangan dulu. Okay, when you have finished, you raise up your hands, alright? Wow, very fast, huh? If you have any questions, any doubts, you straight away unmute your mic and you can ask me questions, eh? Okay, so let's look at the question. So DC, how many coming out from C? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 branches. D, we have 2. And E, we have another 2. So total of 3, 3, 4, 2, 2 is 14. Okay, so if you use this kind of formula, it is 2 times number of edges we have just now was 7. Total is 14. Okay, all right. So that is this is how you solve simple graph. Okay, this is just very, very basic before we go to problem solving. Okay, next question number 2. This diagram shows you graph with loops and multiple edges. All right, so graph with loops and multiple edges. The first two questions basically is the same. Okay, cuba kita buat sama-sama. So V are the vertices. J, K, L, M. Number of vertices will be how many vertices in the diagram? Answer is 4. Okay, B is the edge. Okay, so the edge is not labeled. Okay, now let's look at point J. I'm going to start with J. So if you can see here from J to K, we have 2 lines, right? And from J to L, there is actually 2 lines also. This is not corrections, ini bukan mistake lah. This is a multiple edges. Okay, so if you have multiple edges, normally I will write it twice. Sama. Okay, but if you don't like writing the elements twice, you can write JK and KJ. Tapi I use the same one lah because I tak nak confuse. Easier for us to check. Okay, so after J done, okay, we look at JL. So it is multiple edges. So JL also. Okay, after JK, okay, let's look at L. So L, you see here. Ada lagi tak JL. Okay, JK. Okay, now let's look at K. Okay, K, how to do K? I cannot go KJ because KJ is actually equals to JK. Okay, so I can write what? KL. So you look here, KL, K to L, there are 2 lines. That means this is multiple edges. So I'm going to write the elements twice. Okay, KL, KL. So next from K, where should I go? K to M. Okay, any more destination from K or not? KL done twice, KM, okay done. Okay, so after we finish the K, we go to L. JKL. Okay, L, what do we have? We have a circle. Circle, that means in and out is the same. So LL. Okay, can I write LJ? Cannot, because LJ is actually same with JL. Can I write LK? No, because it's actually same with KL. So after LL done, I'm going to write MM because there's a loop at MM. So total how many altogether? Okay, count the elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's see whether we have 9 lines or not. Okay, this one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it is correct. Okay. All right. So now let's do the next one, C. For C, we're going to list out the degree for the vertex. I'm going to show you both methods. I want you to know both methods lah. Okay, option 1 is list out one by one. So we use small letter D with the letters or the vertex here, DJ, K, L, M. Okay, you count. How many branches coming up from each vertex? Okay, I'm going to erase this one first. Okay, so J, you see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So right here, 4. For K, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Siapa tu? Terkejut I. Okay, L. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, M. Let's look at M. How many vertices, how many branches coming out from there? 1, 2, 3. Loop special, got 2 branches. 1 in, 1 out. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 here. So what is the total degree of the vertices? You add everything and you get 18. For option 2, we have this formula where it's 2 times n multiply with the number of edges. How many number of edges do we have in the previous question? It was 9. So you get the same answer, which is 18, but different method. Okay? I think the second option is easier lah. Okay. Tapi you can do both just to make sure that you have correct answer. Okay, do number 2. I give you 1 minute. Make it fast. If you have finished, you can raise up your hands. Sekarang turun tangan dulu. Lepas ni angkat tangan balik. Okay. Find the vertex, the edges, and also the degree. Oh, cepat korang. Okay, let's look at the question. So 2A2. Yeah, 2 Roman. Okay, so the first one, vertices, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so thus it is 5 here. And B, we have edge. Okay, so you have to look carefully since we have multiple edges. We're going to start with vertex 1. So first, 1, 2, 1, 2. I write twice because of the multiple edges. You can also write 2, 1 if you want. Tapi I tak suka. Okay, now after 1, 2, we cannot go to 1, 3. There's no connection. We go to 1, 5. Multiple edges, so write it twice. Okay, after 1 is 2. So 2 is connected to 4. I cannot write 2, 1 because it's actually the same with 1, 2. So I write here 2, 4, 2, 4. Twice because of multiple edges. Next, after 2, we go to 3. Okay, 3 is a loop, so that means it is 3, 3. 3, 4 not connected, so we write 3, 5. Okay, 3, 5 done. After 3, we go to 4. We cannot write 4, 2 because 4, 2 is equals to 2, 4. I can write 4, 5 because 4 and 5 is connected. Next, for 5, I cannot write 5, 1 because it's there already. I cannot write 5, 3 because 3, 5 is the same thing. I cannot write 5, 4 because 5, 4 is equals to 4, 5. So it's a loop. I'm going to write 5, 5 here. Okay, so total edges will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Betul ke ni? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10 lah. Betul ke? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's check the diagram. Okay, I'm gonna count. So we have 1, 2 lines, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, that's how I check. Okay. All right. So next is C. So if we use the long method, let's list out first. Okay, I laju sikit because macam quite slow. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. D2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, for 3, 1, 2, 3, coming out from 3. From 4, we have 1, 2, 3. From 5, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Betul tak? Oh, 6 here. So total of degree of the vertices will be 20. So now let's check using the formula n times 2. Terbalik. sorry. It is 2 times n e, number of edges. Number of edges we have is 10, so answer is 20. Okay? All right, so that is for graph with loops and multiple edges, okay, without direction, without weightage. Okay, let's look at the next one, question number 3. So question number 3, if you look at the instruction, based on the directed graph below. So directed graph means you have arrow. Okay, it is not a simple graph. Why is it not a simple graph? Because you have loops and you have multiple edges. So for the first 2 questions, it is the same thing. Okay, A, how many vertex do we have here? We start from P, Q, R, S, T. Okay, terus buat together with me. Number of vertices? Okay, we have 5. Okay, to list out the edges, This is a directed graph. You have to follow the direction which is indicated by the arrow. So I'm going to start with P. So P go to where? P to Q. Where's another destination for P? I cannot take PR because opposite direction there. So that means settle for P already. Now let's look at the next one, Q. So Q, I cannot go to P because of the arrow. So I should go to S. Look at the arrow here. Okay? So QS. Done with Q, I'm gonna go to R. So this is my R. So you look at the arrow pointing out from R. So I can write here RP. And another branch coming out from R, and that is called RT. Okay, so that's all for R. Now, after R is S. So S coming out from S is this one. So I'm going to call it as SQ. And we have one more from S, which is ST. So done with S, let's look at the last vertex, which is T. So T, there's only one coming out from T. So the direction is from here. From T, coming out is this way. Okay, clockwise direction. So I'm going to write here T, T. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So total number of H is 7. Let's count and check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's how I get the answer. Okay, now special case for C, for a directed graph. Okay, if it is a directed graph, if you are using the first method, that means by listing, okay, you have to do the in and the out. Okay, option 1, so D in P, D in Q, D in R, D in PQRS, and D in T. Okay, the left-hand side is for my in only. Right-hand side is my out. RST. Okay, let's do this together, girls. Drink water if you're sleepy. Sit up straight. Make sure you're not on your bed. Okay, D in P. I'm going to erase all this so that you can see easily. Okay, D in P, that means how many branches coming into P? So you see here, there's only one, right? So I put here 1. So how many coming out from P? So from here, P, go out from P, we also have 1. Okay, next, from Q, how many coming into Q? So this is into Q. This one also into Q. So 2. How many coming out from Q? We have only 1 out from Q. So this is 1. Next, our R will be here. How many in? So there's no in for R, because these two branches are actually out. Okay, so 0 for in and 2 for out. S, how many coming into S? We have only 1, which is this one here. Okay, how many coming out from S? Coming out, this is 1, this is 2. Into T. Okay, for a loop, let's look here. For a loop, this is coming in, right? Any more coming in from to T or not? This is the first in, second in, this is the third in. So we have 3 in. How many coming out from T? So you look here, girls. This is your T, right? Coming out from T, that means this way. Out from T, we have 1. So find the total for in. So here we have proper 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. This one is also 7. So total is 14. 7 and 7. If you're using option 2, which is a formula, I think this is much more easier, less hassle. So this is the formula. Number of H is 7. Answer is 14. But you still need to know, you still need to know the listing part. Okay, mana tahu soalan keluar in objective, in and out. So at least you know how to do it. Okay? All right. So now it's 12:34. I'm going to give you until 12:36 for you to complete question number 2. Okay, try first. Okay. All right. So let's discuss question number 2, Number 3 to Roman. Okay, can I have the answer from Joanne? Joanne, can you give me the vertices and the number of vertices for question number 2, Roman? Yes, Joanne, can you please unmute your mic? Don't respond, Joanne. I don't know what class are you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the total number of vertices is 5. Okay, all right. You don't have to write DV. It is supposed to be NV. N is for number. Okay. So next, can I have the answer for E? Heidi, Heidi Hasana. I think kalau you unmute your mic is easier because nak tunggu lambat kalau you type. Come Heidi, unmute please. Heidi. Bising lah. Hello, Heidi, Heidi. Okay, how about Melvinda? Unmute please. On your mic. 10? 10 for what? Wrong, I want the edge first. Can you list out the edge one by one? Okay, siapa-siapa volunteer, please. Siapa-siapa sahaja. Share your answer so that I can check and we can proceed to the next question. Tak payah buang masa lama-lama kat sini. Hurry up. Anyone?
Teacher,
Yeah.
1, 2,
Mm-hmm.
1, 2.
Mana you boleh ambil 1, 2, Esma? You look at the direction.
Oh, salah graph. Sorry to you. Okay.
This is page 4. Question number 3.
The edge 1, 1,
Mm-hmm.
1, 4,
Mm-hmm.
2, 1,
Mm-hmm.
2, 5,
Mm-hmm.
2, 3,
Mm-hmm.
3, 2,
Mm-hmm.
3, 4,
Mm-hmm.
4, 5,
Mm-hmm.
5, 4,
Mm-hmm.
5, 2,
Mm-hmm.
5, 1,
Mm-hmm.
5, 3.
Okay, very good. Total how many?
12.
Very good. Thank you, Esma. Okay. All right. So, if you are doing for C, so if you use option number 1, you have to list out the D in and the D out. Okay. So D in. Okay, you check your answers. D in 1 is 3. D in 2 is 2. D in 3 is 2. D in 4 is 3, and D in 5 is 2. Okay. Out. D out 1 is 2. D out 2 is 3. D out 3. Where is it? Okay, D out 3 is 2, D out 4 is 1, and D out 5 is 4. Okay, I will show you the last one only for D out 5. Okay, let's look at the 5. This is your point 5. D out, that means the one that coming out from 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so total sum of degree of the vertices is 24. Okay, so if we use the second method, which is the formula, so 2 times NE, the number of edges just now was 12. So answer is 24. Okay, all right. So now let's move on to C. Okay, for C, we are going to learn how to draw a graph. Okay, so I hope you still remember the formula that we used just now. So the formula that we used just now is what? Okay, we use the formula of summation of degree of the vertices will be 2 times the number of edge, right? Okay, so determine whether the graph can be drawn or not according to the given information. So the one given to you is actually the degree of vertices, okay, which means that this one here shows that we have 2 branches coming out from the first vertex. Second vertex, we have 3 branches coming out. The third vertex, we have 3. The last vertex, we have 2 branches coming out. Total here will be 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2, and you get 10. Okay, now on this question, okay, B, we're going to find the sum. 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 1 plus 5, total is 15. So let's look at the first answer. This is an even number, and this is odd number. And when you find the sum here, when you find the sum here, that means you are actually finding the summation of the degree for the vertices. This one also same thing. E dv equals to 10. So now I would like to take this value, 10, and I replace it with this one here. Okay, so let's see what happened. 2 times NE. So when you want to find the number of edges, you're actually dividing 10 by 2, right? Which means you get 5. That means you have number of edges, the number of lines in the diagram is total 5. Now, if let's say I take this value and I put it into the formula, so this is what I will get. The sum of the degree for the vertices is 15, which is an odd number. 2 times NE. So what will happen here? To find the number of edge, you are actually dividing 15 by 2. You get 7.5. So it doesn't make sense. How can you draw a graph with 0.5 punya line? Okay, that means if let's say this is A, this is vertex B, your line is half only. So this is incomplete graph. So to see or to determine whether the graph can be drawn or not, you have to make sure that the sum of the vertices given is an even number. Okay, if you have odd number, that means the graph cannot be drawn. Okay, so for the first one, you can write here, yes, it can be drawn because of even number for the summation of the degree. This one, no, cannot. Okay, so 4, 5, 3, and 2. When you add all together, you get 14. So yes, the graph can be drawn. Okay, and this one, 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Total of berapa ni? 17. It is an odd number, so you can say no. The graph cannot be drawn. Okay? I use this concept lah, the formula that you learned just now. If you have 0.5, if you have decimal ke, you have fractions ke, that means we can say that the graph is incomplete and you cannot draw it. Okay? Okay, now let's move on to the next one. Question number 2. Question number 2, you have to draw a simple graph. Remember the definition of simple graph just now? It has no arrow, okay, no weightage, no loops, no multiple edges. Okay, so we have 5 vertices. So 1, 2, nak senang kan girls? Better you draw in a circle macam shape like this, circle like this. Okay, clockwise or anti-clockwise, it doesn't matter. Okay, now remember, every drawing must be in pencil, semua, including the labeling, and of course the lines. Okay, now first you have to draw 1 tree. So 1 tree is the connection between vertex 1 and vertex 3. Next we draw 1 5. Draw 1 5. Next we draw 2 3. Next we draw 2 4. Next we draw 2 5. Next we draw 3 4. And the last one we draw 4 5. Okay, this is my graph, but this is incomplete graph. What is my mistake here? First, you look at the connection of the lines at vertex 5. The lines are not connected. So make sure when you draw a line, there is no gap. Okay, you have to join it. Okay, to cover yang mana yang tak cantik ni, you just draw the dots bigger. Okay, so that you can cover whatever that is not connected. Like this. Alright, everything has to be in pencil. That's all. Okay, jom buat B sama-sama. We have J, K, L, M, N. Okay, alright, first JK, draw a line. JL, another line. JN, JM, KL, KM. Salah. Sorry, where am I? Okay, KM and LM. Okay, so those are my edges and my vertices. So you can draw a bigger dots here, or bigger dots to cover and make it nicer. Okay, very easy. Tapi soalan exam taklah sesenang ini. Okay, this is just basic. We touch the concept first. Okay, now A and B questions are very direct because you are given the vertices. Now let's look at question C. You are given degree of vertices. Okay, which means that for the first vertex, we have 2 branches coming out. From the second vertex, we have 3 branches coming out, 4 branches coming out from vertex 3, and so on. Okay, so we are going to do temporary labeling. Okay, take note, temporary labeling. That means I'm going to mark here 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 3, this is 2. Temporary, because temporary later we can erase. So what kind of graph that you're supposed to draw? Look at the instruction again. It is a simple graph. Remember, you cannot have any loops or multiple edges. So when you have listed out all the degree of vertices, okay, we're going to start off with the highest number, which is 4 here. So 4, that means 4 branches coming out from this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, where is this destination? Okay, from the highest number, you go to the next highest. That means the 3. You go to the next 3. So this one, you have no choice. You have to go to 2 lah. This one also you go to 2. Okay. Next, 4 done, right? So I'm going to erase 4. Okay, because that means we have 4, enough, complete branches coming out from this one already. So I erase 4 because I said just now temporary, right? Okay, now we are at 3. Okay, after 4, we do 3. Okay, from 3, where should I go? Okay, I need to have 3 branches coming out from 3, and so far I have 1 here. So I have to draw another 2. So maybe I can go 1, 2, 0.3. One more, maybe I can go here. Okay, if you want to go to these 2 also can, doesn't matter, both boleh, pun boleh. Okay, now let's check. Do we have enough branches coming out from this one here? Yes, we do. 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to erase this one. Okay, now let's look at this one. This is 2. So we have enough branch for this point. So I can erase the labeling. Okay, now let's look at my 3. We don't have enough here, you see. We have so far 2, right? Sedangkan we should have how many? 3. So this one also 2, 1 is missing. It is incomplete, so you just have to draw a line that connects these 2 points. So we have 3 branches coming out from here and 2 coming out from here. So that means our diagram or our graph is complete. So you see, I erase all the numbers because those numbers are not vertices. Those are degree of vertices to show you that how many branches coming out from each point. Okay? All right. Any questions or not? Kalau tak ada, can you try D? Okay, try D. List out first. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2. Next, okay, sketch the branches first to see where's the destination. Okay, and join them. Start from the highest number. Okay, you start with 3 and then another 3. Next is 2, 2, then only you go to the last number. Okay, try. Semua turun tangan because later you have finished, please raise up. Okay, let's check. Okay, let's check. I'm going to start with this point here. So this tree, going to connect it with this tree. This branch connect with this one. And this one, maybe I can connect to this one. Okay, so I settle with my, this point here, 3 branches. Okay, next, from this one, I will go to maybe 1 to here and 1 here. Okay, so these 3 enough already. Okay, so I can erase this. And this one is also enough already. Okay, 1 branch coming out from here. These 2 also enough. I can erase this one. Now we left with this 2 and this 1. So these 2, we need to have 2 branches. So we go here lah. Okay, so 1 branch coming out from this point. So correct. Okay, you can actually put a dot here. Okay, put a dot here to cover everything. And don't forget to erase the numbers because those are not vertices. Okay, and I forgot to do the dots at C. You add your dots, huh? Okay. Okay, let's take 2 minutes break. Now it's 12:53. We're gonna continue at 12:55. Okay, go grab something to drink. Okay, 12:55. Jump sambung. Okay, a bit more. Okay, let's look at question number 3. So question number 3, you have to draw a graph with loop and multiple edges based on the given information. So the first one, number 3, you are given 6 vertices. Okay, let's label that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, we just follow the edges given here. 1, 2, connect it together. Okay, 1, 2, connect. And next, 1, 3, connect. 1, 3. Okay, you see you have 2, 1, 3 double here. That means it is a multiple edges. So for multiple edges, right, you can do this pattern. You can do this pattern also can. You can do this pattern also can. Tak kisah. But I prefer the first two lah. Alright. So you can do like this. Okay. 1, 3, 1, 3 done. 2, 2. If it is the same number, that means it is a loop. Okay. Draw a loop like this. Okay. Next is 2, 5. That means you can cross the multiple edges like this. 2, 5. Next is 3, 2. From this 3, go to 2. Next is 3, 4. 3, 4 again. So, I nak try buat oval lah, oval shape. 3, 4 like this. Alright. 3, 4, 3, 4 done. Next is 4, 4. There's a loop at 4 here. Next is 4, 5. Okay. 5, 5. Okay. Try not to put the number inside the loop, inside the circle. Okay. So that's why you have to use pencil so that you can erase easily. So, tapi kalau no choice, then fine lah, tak apa. Tapi kalau boleh, letak the numbers outside. Okay, look at 6. Why is it 6 alone here? So this is what we call as isolated vertex. Okay, and this is a correct diagram. Jangan kata teacher, there's a correction. How come 6 is alone there? Tak ada masalah. Okay, next we do P. Okay, the next one, list out the P, Q, R, S, and T. Okay, you do yours, I do mine. PQ, PQ, that means multiple edges. PR, PR. PS, PS. PT, PT. It looks like a flower, I guess. Okay, PT, PT done. Next is QR. So QR, just join these two. QT, cross the thing. RS, RS. RS, RS. Multiple edges. ST. SS, there's a loop at SS. TT. Okay. So as I said before, I don't like my letters or my vertex to be labeled inside the circle. So I'm going to erase and put it outside. T, this is S. Oh, there's a loop just now, right? Macam tu lah. Okay. So you can draw the dots. Okay. Okay, done. Okay. So now, settle Okay, if you're stuck, later you can watch the recording because I'm not going to cepat. Okay, question number 3, loops and multiple edges. Okay, let's look at number 3D. Number 3D, these are not vertices. Same like the previous questions. These numbers actually shows you the number of branches that comes up from every single vertex. Okay, so I'm going to do temporary labeling. Okay, start with 2, 2, 4, 6, 6. So 6, 6 is considered as big number for this kind of question. Okay, so paling senang you need to have loops and multiple edges. So when you see 6, you terus buat loops. 1, this one, another one here. Okay, so if you have this loop, you see here, girls, this one means 1, 2 already. So you left with only 4 vertices lagi. 4 branches lagi. Okay, that's why doing loops is easy because we can do less drawing. Okay, so I start from this 6. So we need to have another 4. So 1 will go here. Okay, 1 more will go here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And maybe I can do multiple edges because we want what? Loops and multiple edges. So you see my number 6 here. We have how many branches coming out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done already. Okay? All right. So now let's check with the second 6. Okay, this second 6 is, so far we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, isn't it? Okay, so we need to have another 2 more branches. Okay, where's another 2 more branches? Okay, where should I draw that? Okay, katakanlah 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say 5 and 6. Okay, cuba tengok. This is my number 6. So let's check the 6 branches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means done. Okay, so both 6 done already. So I'm going to erase the 6 there because those labeling are only temporary. Okay, so next, let's look at number 4. After 6, 6 done, we go to number 4. Okay, this number 4, we have only 2 branches. Okay, we cannot catch out the 6. Tak boleh. This 6 cannot because complete already. So where should I go? Where should I go now? I should go to number 2. I draw multiple edges. Settle already. Okay, so I have 4 branches coming out from 4. These 2, I got 2 branches here. These 2 pun memang dah settle. Okay, so settle. And your answer might be different than mine. Okay, so you jangan kata teacher, why I got different answer? Okay, kata kalau you nak buat macam ni, this is also correct. Let's say this is 2, this is 2, this is 4, this is 6, this is 6. I show you another option. Kejap what is that? Teacher, why 2 isn't a loop? Oh, why 2 isn't a loop? Which one is that? You mean which one? This one? You want to draw loop at 2? What do you mean? Okay, let me finish explaining this one first. Okay, I'm going to show you option 2 dulu. Okay, this is option number 1. Okay, the one in purple. Now I'm going to show you the one in pink. All right. So katakanlah 6. We need to have 6 from here, right? So you draw a loop, and then we need to have 4 more branches. So one will go here. Okay, one will go here, and we draw multiple edges. Macam ni. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So settle for the first 6. Okay. Now let's go to the second 6. Second 6, let's draw a loop so that we get 2 here already. Multiple edges, another 2. So 2, 2 is 4. So I'm going to draw another 2 lines to make it 6. So one will go to 4. One will go to 2. Okay. So my first 2, 6 done already. Complete already. Okay, now let's move on to 4. So this 4, I have 2 branches so far, right? So I can go 1 to here, 1 to here. Okay, so this 4 set already. We have 4 branches coming out from there. And this 2, we have 2 branches coming out from this point. And we have 2 also from this point. So this is one of the answer that you can choose also. Okay, sama sahaja. Same, I mean, bukannya same. Different answer, but both are acceptable in exam. Okay, so soalan networking ni sebenarnya banyak jawapan. Okay, if you want to draw loops at 4, also can. Tapi make sure ada vertices complete lah, enough, cukup. Okay, okay, let's look back at the question. What was the question just now? Ditya, teacher, why 2 isn't a loop? Yeah. Ditya, you understand or not? The situation. We can have more than one answer. Okay, we could have different answer dengan syarat the branches that coming out from the vertex is correct. The number of branches. Okay. Kalau your answer is different than mine, but you check we have 2, 2, 4, 6, 6, then fine. Okay. If you're not sure, you can send me the picture. Okay. I'll check for you. Okay. So this is the answer for D. Okay. Let's try C. C is pretty easy. We have 3, 4, 3. Dengan syarat, you need to follow the instruction. You need to have your loops. You need to have your multiple edges in the diagram. Kalau there's no multiple edges, only loops, dah salah because we want both of them. Don't forget to erase all the numbers because those are not vertices. Okay. So let's see and check your answers. So I have 3, 3, 4 here. So since they want loops, I'm going to draw my loops at 0.4 here. Okay, so that means I have 2 already. Okay, so 1 in and 1 out. So 1 here, 1 here. All right, so 4 done because I have 4 branches coming up from 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's look at 3 here. We so far have 1. So what should we do? Okay, we cannot catch out 4 because 4 is enough already. So we can only catch out another 3. So how to make it tally? Then we use multiple edges. So you see we have how many branches? 1, 2, 3 from this point. 1, 2, 3 from here. And 1, 2, 3, 4 from here. Okay, so let's erase all the numbers because those are not vertices. Okay, settle. Siap. Okay, 2 more pages to go. Okay, settle. Now let's move on to the next one. Okay, we are going to draw a directed graph. So this is very easy. Okay, let's start with point 1. Those are vertices. If you are given vertices in a set notation, then you can label the vertices in the diagram. Again, I prefer to susun it this way. I arrange it this way. Okay, if it is a directed, remember to add the arrow. So the first one is 1, 4. So 1 to 4, arrow. 1 to 5, another arrow. 2 to 3, arrow. 3 to 4, arrow. 4, 5, arrow. 5, 2, arrow. Senang kan? Very easy. Kacang. This topic memang senang. That's why I want to teach this topic first so that it could help you in your media exam. Okay? Alright. So you can try the B, girls. You do yours, I do mine. Ngantuk minum air Sit up straight. Semua duduk tegak-tegak, tak nak baring-baring. So PQ. PS. QQ. Okay, for QQ, there's an arrow here. QR. RQ. QR, RQ, multiple edge with different direction. Next is RS. SP, multiple edge. SS. ST. Yeah, and U is isolated vertex. Okay, special case for loops to add isolated vertex. Special case for loop, it can be this direction or it can be this direction, tak kisah. Okay, cuma lepas ni remind me to explain to you the errata or the corrections for chapter 5. Okay, because textbook sebenarnya banyak errata so sometimes students tak perasan and they will study the wrong ones. Okay, alright, so and then do the big dots to cover whatever that is not nice there. Okay. Okay, katakanlah let's look at B. Okay, let's look at your pointy. Okay, you terlajak lukis sampai macam ni. Okay, you see this is our pointy, there's a dot here, tapi you terlajak lukis panjang sikit. This is strongles. Make sure you stop at the dot and you cannot continue. Okay, kalau you sambung lagi, that is considered as infinite graph. Infinite graph is not under your syllabus, belum lagi. Okay, so you haven't learned that. So kita tak nak. So kita consider as salah. So follow until the dots only. Okay, alright. So now let's move on to C1, 2 and 3. Okay, so let's look at C. How many vertices do we have? Okay, let's look at question number 1. We need to have loops at vertex B and D. We need to have multiple edges at AD and CD, and we are given D in and D out. So whenever you see this kind of list, okay, this kind of list, D in and D out, you know that this is a directed graph. Okay, so how many vertices? 4, because you have 4 here, A, B, C, and D. Okay, let's label A, B, C, D. Okay, now we have D in A. So that means 1 coming into A. Okay, I tak nak buat ni dulu lah girls. I tak nak buat this 3 dulu. Let's do number 1 and number 2. It is easier. Okay, the first one, loop at B and D. Okay, let's draw a loop. 1 at B, 1 at D. With the direction, remember if it is a loop, direction tak kisah, mana-mana. Okay, so BD done already. Now let's look at the second one. AD and CD must be multiple edges. So where's your AD? This is my AD. Okay, if it is multiple edges with directed graph, it must be different direction, one in and one out. So AD, done. Next, we will do CD. So CD, multiple edges too. Okay, different direction, opposite direction, in and out. Okay, then only we do the in and the out. Okay? Okay, I give you 1 minute for you to finish it before I start with C3 Roman. Cepat sikit. Okay. All right. So I hope you have done. So now let's look at D in A. So in A, that means we have 1 into A. So done already. This is into A. So the first one settled, eh? So D out A, we are supposed to have 2 branches coming out from A. So far we have only 1. So let's sketch one more coming out. But let's KIV because we don't know where is the destination of that branch. Okay, let's look at B first. D in B, that means we need to have 2 coming into B. So far we have only 1, you see? This one here in the loop for B coming into B. So far baru 1. But we need to have 2, right? So the other one will come from A. Just connect this one. Macam tadi kan I said KIV, right? So the KIV is actually from A. So settle D in B. D out B, I should have another 2. So far I have only 1 coming out from B, which is this one here, you see? This one coming out from B, right? So I have to draw one more branch that is out from B. So I'm going to stick it out like this, coming out. Where's the destination? I KIV first because I don't know. Okay, now let's look at C. C, we need to have in C 2. So far we have only 1, which is this one here, right or not? So another one will come from B. Let's go inside C. So this is the arrow. So now C is done for in C. Okay, now out C, you see this is our C, out C, this is the out. So settle already. We have only 1 out. Let's look at D. In D, we should have 3. So let's check. This is the first in, this is the second in to D, this is the third into D. So that means D in D, 3 also settle. So now D in out, D out D. Okay, D out D, we should have 3. Let's check. So the first one out, 1, 2, this one coming out from the loop D. So 3 branches coming out from D. So that means this is the correct diagram. So what are the steps? I repeat, list out all the vertices and then we start with the loop and also multiple edges. Then only you do the in and the out. After that, make sure you check one by one, the in and the out. Make sure it is tally. Okay, I tak nak you buat careless mistake because these questions are easy questions. All right. So next, I'm going to modify my labeling so that my points, my vertex will be outside the loop. Okay, so I put here as B and I'll label this one as D. Macam itu. Okay, dah. Jom kita buat D together. Okay, for D, we have P, Q, R, S, T. Let's label that. Okay, we're going to have loops at Q, R, S, T. Okay, Q, R, S, T. And straight away do the arrow because this is a directed graph. Okay. Jangan buat kecil-kecil sangat nanti dia dah overlaps and it looks messy. Okay. There's some space for you there. So make sure you lukis dengan sempurna. Jangan terlalu squeeze everything. Okay, next. Your PQ, PR, PS and PT must be multiple edges. So I'm going to start with PQ. Multiple edges So multiple edges, you straight away do the arrow, different direction in and out. PQ done, now my PR. In and out. Next is my PS, multiple edges, arrow, in and out. Next, my PT, okay, in and out. This is my diagram. If you want your P to be in the middle, also can. Q, R, S, T. If you do it P in the middle, you will have like some sort of like a flower shape like that. Pun boleh. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Arrow for the loops. Okay, also acceptable. So you have to check lah. D in P. Let's check P. Do we have 4 coming into P? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4 into P. Out of P, do we have 4? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. For Q, do we have 2 in and 2 out? Yes, we do. So let's check. Into Q, we have 1 here into Q. Okay, this one into Q. So that means 2 in and 2 out. Where's the out from Q? This is the first one. And this is the second one. Okay, and you check the rest. You check for the rest of the vertices from P, Q, R, S, and T. Okay, so far okay not? I hope you are okay. I hope you are still with me. Are you still with me, girls? Yes or no? Cuba unmute sikit. Yes or no?
Yes, teacher.
Seorang je jawab. 2 orang je jawab. I nak dengar suara. Yes ke no? Ramai-ramai sikit.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. I know you're hungry. Lepas ni makan Okay. Now, let's look at the last one. So last one is also about drawing. Okay, but this drawing, the informations are given in a form of table. All right. It is easy. You don't have to be worried because this topic is easy. Kacang. Represent this given information in the form of graph. Okay. So dia tak cakap what kind of graph. Is it a simple graph ke or directed ke apa ke? Okay. Now let's look at how to solve the first one. The first one is the easiest one. Vertex is given, which is A, B, C. Okay. Label A, B, C. Okay, and the edge is PQ, QR, PR. Okay, how to solve this? Okay, first, we look at P. How many times P occurs? It occurs twice, right? One at A, one at C. So it means that you connect the A and the C, and the name of the edge or the name of the line is P. Easy, right? Okay, so P done. I cancel my P. Okay, next, let's look at Q. Q is in A and is in B. So A and B will be connected together. Okay, and the name of the line is Q. Okay, next, B and C is the two vertices connected together with HR. Okay, so you can do the dots bigger. Okay, cantik kan sikit. You can do a triangle. So actually I want to do a triangle tapi this writing pad gila sikit. Okay, now we have B. Okay, I want you to do it together with me. Buat sama-sama. Okay, label all the vertices first. Okay, you see we have so many letters, okay, at the column of H. So I want you to cancel whatever that you have taken. All right, so let's look at A. A occurs twice, B occurs twice. Okay, all the elements here occurs twice. Okay, so A is in vertex 1 and also vertex 5. So I'm going to cancel it off. Okay, 1, 5. Draw a line, label it as A. If the letters given to you is in small letters, so you use small letters. Jangan pandai-pandai tukar big letters, alright? So next, B is for 1 and 2, vertex 1 and 2. Cancel the B. So I'm connecting 1 and 2 and I label it as B. Okay, then I don't go to F tau. I follow the order A, B, C. So next, my C will be between 2 and 3. So I cancel my C, 2 and 3. My D is 3 and 4. 3, 4. My E is 4 and 5. So you see, I label one by one, step by step to avoid careless mistake. Sebab tajuk ni senang, jangan salah. Okay. Next, F is between 1 and 5. So 1 and 5 is already here. That's for A, right? So that means we are supposed to draw multiple edge. You can draw it inside if you want, or you can draw it outside the pentagon. It is up to you. Okay, kita lukis kat luar lah so that it don't look so messy. So the outer one will be my F. Okay, I erase my A, so it will be next to the line here. Okay, all right, so F done. Now G is between 1 and 3. So let's draw G. Next to it, G done. H is between 1 and 3 also. So there's 1, 3 just now for G. That means it is a multiple H. So H here. Label betul-betul next to it. Okay, I is for 2 and 4. So where's my 2 and 4? Okay, 2 and 4 I can cross like this. 2, 4 is my I. And 2, 4 also is for my J, or it's a multiple H. Okay. That's why you label betul-betul next to the line. All right, so this is my answer. Okay, draw the dots bigger. Yeah, that's it. Okay, complete it now. If you're stuck, please ask. Okay, dah. Okay, if you have done, please raise up your hands so that I can see how many yang dah siap and we can proceed to the last 2 questions. Nia masuk pun Nia. Lama tak jumpa.
Sorry, cikgu.
Sakit?
COVID.
Oh, COVID.
Okay.
Itulah tak pakai mask. Okay, jom kita tengok C. Okay, so let's look at table C. So table C, look at the column here. First column, it is info 1. Column 2, it is info 2. So dia tak mention which one is the vertex, which one is the edge. So how to do? We don't know which is which. So sekarang ni, okay, most of the students, they akan assume that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the vertices. Tapi you cannot simply make assumption like that. Okay, jom kita tengok. P occurs how many times for question C? P occurs twice. Okay, dia muncul 2 kali. Let's look at Q. Q occurs how many times? You see, we have 1, 2, 3. R, let's look at R. It occurs how many times? 1, 2, 3. So kalau it occurs 3 times, okay, I am going to use the concept from the textbook. Maybe some revision books, dia akan cakap lain, but I follow the textbook, okay? Alright, so if it happens, okay, or it occurs, okay, tulis sini If it occurs more than 2 times, then it will be the vertices. Please put a remarks here. Okay, that will become our vertices. Okay, that means our info 2 will be vertices. Info 1 will be our edge. Okay, please put a remarks here. If it occurs more than 2 times, then it will be the vertices. So our vertices is from what letter? From P until P, Q, R, S, T. Okay. P, Q, R, S, T. Okay. All right. So I hope you are together with me. Stop writing. Put down all your pen, pencil. Look at the screen first. So our P, you can see from where to where. It is located where? Kat mana? Okay, P kat sini kan. Tapi this is slightly different tau. Bukan macam tadi. You look at PQ. PQ is this and this, right or not? Okay, so you draw a line, label it as H1. You see, very easy, right? Next, second one is PR. PR, this and this. So draw a line PR, the name of the H is 2. Next is QR. Connect these two, label it as 3. RS, connect this one, label as 4. QS, where's my, okay, QS is here. QS is 5. ST is here, and that is H6. Okay? Senang. Okay, so I refer textbook Some of the revision books, dia akan buat terbalik. But I'm not going to teach that. Okay, I follow textbook betul. Okay, you try D. You look at info 2. How many times the numbers occurs? The numbers occur. So you see, kalau more than twice, that means it is the vertices. It is the vertex. Okay, I do mine. So total of 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2. I use capital letter A. Don't change the small letter. 2, 4. B. 3, 4. C. 1, 3 is D. 1, 2. Oh, that means 1, 2 is a multiple H. 1, 2 is E above. 3, 4, another multiple H. That will be my F. 2, 3 is my G, and 1, 4 is my H. Okay, that's it. Do the dots bigger. Cover. Tengok you see this is wrong You see my line here, it is not connected. So kalau pemeriksa yang strict in SPM, dia tak terima yang ni. That's why you do it longer lah. Do it nicely lah, because I don't have ruler here. Okay. All right. We still have 30 minutes left. Okay. I would like to masuk a bit of weighted graph. Okay, but I think I don't give you the handouts. Okay, yang my class I bagilah. Tapi I ingat tak sempat, tapi rupanya sempat. Okay, never mind. You look at the screen on you look at my screen. Okay, nanti I will upload this this part. Okay, to your AJK. Okay, and you can try it. Okay, tapi sekarang you can copy down the answers later after we finish discussing this. Okay, this question is very, very easy, girls. Okay, so actually we have touched the types of the graphs. We have learned how to list out the vertices, find the number of vertices, the edges as well, and also find the sum of degrees. Okay, sum of degrees, there are two ways, right? Two methods. The first one is by listing out. The second is by using the formula. So the formula will be the summation of degree of vertices is equals to 2 times the number of edges. Okay, so next you learn about, okay, let's look at page number 3 onwards. You learn how to draw graphs. We start with the simple graphs, right? Okay, simple graph yang mana? Oh, page 2. Simple graph, page 2. And next we learn how to draw graph with loops and multiple edges. Next we learn how to apa pula aku mebel ni, salah. Drawing graph, page apa? Okay, page 5. Okay, page 5 we learn how to draw simple graph. Next, you learn how to draw multiple edges and loops. Next, you learn how to draw a directed graph, the one with the arrow. and you also learn how to draw graphs when you're given information from the table. Now we are going to look at weighted graph. Okay, weighted graph ni common sense girls. Orang tak pergi sekolah pun boleh jawab. Okay, now let's look at the question girls. For those who don't have the handouts, okay, never mind. You just focus dulu. The diagram shows you a weighted simple graph. Weighted, that means you have values here. Simple graph, that means there's no loop, there's no direction, there is no multiple edges. The value of the weight, that means the weightage here, shows you the distance in cm between 2 points. All right. So the first one, you have to determine what is the point that have direct connection with A. So let's look at A. This is our A. Direct connection. Which point is connected directly? Answer will be what? B, because B is connected directly to A. Next, we have C and we have point E. Senang kan? Dah dapat 1 point. Okay, next, let's look at the next one. This is for A. Okay, for B, a straight distance between B and D. That means there is no cornering, tak ada junction, just a straight line. So the straight line from B to E, what is the value? It is 35 here. So you write 35. You can write it in cm if you want because it is a distance in cm. You just want to write 35 also can. Okay, next, C. The farthest two adjacent points. Okay, yang paling jauh of these 2 points. You look at the highest value. Highest value is 48. So that means the 2 points related are A and E. You can write like this, A to E. You can also write A and E. Okay, or you can write A to E. But I prefer the first notation, the first way of writing lah. Okay, if they ask for the root ke, they ask for the letters ke, we stick to the one with the arrow. Okay, next, D. Okay, the nearest to adjacent point. So the nearest, you have to look for the smallest value. So the smallest value here is 23, and they ask for the 2 adjacent points. What are the points involved? So you can write C to E. Or you can write C and E, or you can write C to E. Okay, next, E. The shortest distance between B and C. Okay, let's look at B and C. Okay, so for this kind of questions, girls, you have to list out all the possibilities that you have. Yang logic. Okay, tak payah list out semua lah, yang logic. Okay, now since they ask for where to where, C to B, Okay, so they ask for C to B. So C to B. So what are the roots that we have here? So the first option we can use what? C to A. Salah. Let me use arrow. C to A, and then from A you can go to B. This is the first root that we have, you see? C to B. Okay. Next, the second root that I'm going to use is C, D, B. Can you see that? Okay, same point, same starting point, same ending point, cuma different root. Okay, so I'm going to write that as C to D to B. Okay, CAB, can you give me what is the number? C to A is 28. A to B is 40. Total of 68. And for CDB, C to D is 29. 29 plus 35, that will give us 64. So since they asked for the shortest root, I don't think you can take CAEDB. It will be longer, right? Sedangkan the question asked for the shortest. So that's why you take 64 here. So you write your final answer like this. Okay? The shortest distance will be C to D to B, which is equals to 64. Okay? All right. You list out, girls. Okay, you list out C, A, B, C, D, B. Tak ada masalah. Tapi list out kena cepat dan pantas. Okay, next, F. We're going to find the longest distance between D and C. Okay, so D and C, these 2 points lah, D and C. So D and C, if the shortest one is 29, but we don't want that. So the shortest one, the longest one. Okay, let's look at the possible outcomes or the possible routes that we can use. Okay, cuba tengok sama-sama. From D to C, we can go from D. Okay, we can go D to B, B to A to C. Can you see that? That is the first route that we can take. Okay, so if I'm going to write it here, it will be D, B, A, C. Okay, DB is 35 plus 40. Next is 28. Okay, you calculate, you get 103. But we're not sure whether this is the longest or not. Dia kata longest ke apa? We're not sure this is the longest or not. Okay, let's try the second options that we have. Okay, second options that we have is, let's say we take from D to E to A to C. Okay, look at the yellow root. Okay, so D, E, A, C. The numbers involved are 26 plus 48 plus 28. And that will give us 102. Oh, so that means the second option is still wrong because we have 103, which is higher. Okay, jom pula kita tengok the third options. Okay, what is the third option that we have? Okay, now let's look at D. Okay, D to B to A to E to D to C. This is wrong. Okay, why wrong? Okay, I repeat. From D to B, A, E, D, C. It is wrong because you lalu, okay, you use the D twice. Okay, tak boleh. Should be no repetition. Okay, so that means the third option is wrong. We can't use that. Okay, so the next one will be D, B, A. Mana lagi kita ambil? Okay, we can take E and we can take C. Yes, okay, let's list out. Okay, I repeat. The root will be D, B, A, E, C. So the numbers will be 35 plus 40 plus 48 plus 23. That will be equals to 146. So you see which one is the longest distance now? Of course, this one, right? So you write your conclusion. We should take D to B, to A, to E, to C, and that will give us 146. Itu je jalan kerja dia, girls. That's why I kata budak tak belajar, budak suara rendah pun boleh jawab. Okay, next. For G, they ask you for the shortest route from A to D. Okay, I'm going to erase all this. You boleh conteng tapi you use pencil so that you can erase. Okay, alright. So, shortest route from A to D. So, this is my A, this is my D. Shortest route, agak-agak yang mana? If we take this one, there will be 75 already. Okay, if I take this one, also 70 plus already. So, we don't want that. So, the shortest route will be which one? A, C, D. Okay, I'm going to write the answer here. A to C to D. Okay, if the marks allocated for the question is 2 marks, then you have to find the distance. Okay, that means it will be 28 plus 29, which is 57. Kalau it's only 1 mark, okay, kalau only satu markah, you just write this answer. Okay, all right. So next, let's look at the next one. The next one, we're going to look at H. Longest route from B to E. Okay, let's erase this one. Okay, B to E, focus girls. B to E. Longest route, where is that? Okay, so that means kalau longest route ni, mungkin you have to do some calculation lah. Okay, let's list out all the possible answers. Okay, possible answers, it can be from B to A. Okay, you look at the diagram. B to A to C to D to E. Okay. Okay, B to A to C to D to E. That's the longest route for B to E. First option. Okay, second option, I can write BAE. So BAE is this one. Okay, that will be 88, right? Oh, tadi I tak kira. Tadi is 123. Okay, now the third option that we have is BACE. Let's look at BACE. Okay, I'm going to erase this one first. Okay, so BA, where's my marker? Oh, I cannot write. Okay, BA. Yeah. Okay, you help me count first for BACE. I cannot write. Dah penat dah. Tadi pagi dah ada kelas. Okay. Okay, BACE. Oh, sorry, girls, I cannot write. Okay, so BACE. Which one is BACE? So BA is 40 plus 28 plus 23. Total of 91. Okay, so kalau 91, is that the longest? No, it is not. Ish. Okay, tak apalah girls So BACE you take note. It is 91 here. Okay. So the last one, we can take which one girls? We can take BDCAE. BDCAE. Okay, I want you to jot down because that will be the answer. I cannot write. Okay, dia dah penat dah tu. Okay, so BDCAE. What is BDCAE? Can someone give me the answer? BDCAE. Can you tell me what is the total? Boleh tak? BACE. 40 plus 28 plus 23, total is 91. Okay, can you tell me what is BDCAE? Arrow in between Hurry up girls. BD is 35. Next is 29, 28 and 48. Total of? Anyone who got the answer, can you please comment in the chat box? Okay, thank you Mel. Ramai yang jawab. Okay, answer is 140. So 140. And they ask for what? Longest root, right? So you look at the marks. If the marks is 2 marks, then I want you to give me the root and also the value. If it is only 1 mark, then you just give me B arrow, D arrow, C arrow, A arrow, A arrow, E. Okay? Alright. So that's the first question. Okay, jom kita tengok the second question. Okay, dia lebih kurang sama. Cuma just now we talk about distance, right? Now we're going to talk about cost. Okay, let's look at the question. So this diagram actually shows you, where's the question? A directed and weighted simple graph. Okay, weighted and directed because we have values, we have arrow. The value of the weightage represent the cost, okay, between 2 points, alright. So kalau cost, okay, this is soalan jahat lah I kata. Why I kata jahat? Because cost is 2 decimal places. So sometimes students tak perasan, they just write 1 decimal place which is wrong already. Okay, now let's look at A. We're going to find the cost for the roots for P to R to T. Sometimes they don't give you arrow, they will give you this kind of notation, also correct. Tapi I nak you all write in a arrow form. Okay, so PR is what? PR is 5.30 cent. Okay, next PR R to T. R to T, where's the T? This one is your T. Plus 6 ringgit and 40 cent. 2 decimal places because this is money. So answer is RM, 11 ringgit and 70 cent. That's A. Okay, B. What is the lowest cost from P to U? Okay, be careful of the arrow. Okay, because arrow ni jahat. Kadang-kadang students tak perasan. Okay, P to U, this is my P, this is my U, lowest cost. So for the lowest cost, first I will take, maybe I can take P, R, S, U. Okay, you see P, R, it's blocked already. P, R, that's my S. Okay, S, U. So this is my first option. So you have to find 5.30 cent plus 5.80 plus 5.90 and that will give us 17 ringgit. Okay, let's check another option. Lowest cost, it might be another another route. Okay, another route. Contohnya, it can be PRTU. Can you see that? Okay, PRTU. Follow the arrow, girls. If you didn't follow the arrow, that is wrong. PRTU. So it is 5.30 plus 6.40 plus 4.50. You get 16.20. The last one. Okay. Maybe we can take the one outside, you see? Okay. PQU. So it is the summation of 710 plus 720, total of 1430. What do they ask? Lowest cost. So which one is the lowest cost from P to U? It is the last one here. So you have to write PQU. Okay. And it is RM 14 ringgit 30. Cost money. Okay. So next. Sorry. Okay, next is highest cost, okay, from P to U. So you have to list out one by one, girls, okay? I'm going to give you the options, okay? You can try out later. Okay, so C for the options, P, Q, R with the arrow, S, T, U. Okay, next you can try, mana lagi? Let me erase this one so that you can see. Okay, so the first one just now was P, Q, R, STU. So that's the one of the first option, highest cost. So of course you have to use longer route, the one with the higher weightage. Okay. Next we can try PQ SU. Okay, where is that? PQ SU. Okay, that's the second option. Okay, the third option will be, okay, I'm going to use yellow. PQ S. Sama PQ. Oh, salah lah the first one. Okay, sekejap. PQ STU. The first one tadi salah. The first one is PQR STU. Yes, I missed out one letter. So the first one just now is PQR STU. All right. So the third one is PQU. Sekejap, I dah confused. What is missing here? Okay, betul lah. Okay, betul. Ayo. Okay, so the last one is what? PQSTU. Okay, so you check angles one by one. I want you to find the weightage, the value into decimal places because this is money. Okay, so later I'll give you the handouts for this page. You try habiskan terus sebelum you terlupa. Okay, mungkin I nak masuk sampai sini for your mid-year exam. Okay, and there's one more question for your homework. Okay, so you jot down the answers first, girls. Okay, make sure you get the answer. So for number 2A, the answer is this one, which is 11 ringgit and 70 cents. Okay. For B, answer is 14 ringgit and 30 cents. And for C, answer will be 28 ringgit and 20 cents. This is for my third answer. You jot down first, okay? And make sure you do the working and get the same answer, okay? Be honest to yourself lah, All right, so next, okay, this is for your homework. Basically, it is the same, okay? You just have to look at the arrow and the weightage. Okay, the first one, longest distance from B to E. You list out whatever possibility or possible answers that you have. Next, longest distance from D to A pula. And then you have to state the path. State the path, that means you have to use arrow. Okay, and the last one is longest distance, and you have to state the path also. Okay, I'm going to give you the answer for 3A. Yeah? So 3A, I don't want to give you the route, but I give you the final answer, the value first, 98. So you find out which route that you're supposed to take. Next, for B, it is 124. So you figure out which route is that. Kalau you dapat 124, that means you're choosing the correct path, the correct route. Okay, for C, answer is 87. Okay, you check where is the route that will give you 87. Okay, so your mid-year exam for chapter 5 is until here. Okay, I tak masukkan subgraph and tree. Okay, I don't put that in mid-year exam sebab I takut tak sempat. Okay, because kalau ada online class lagi, I might be cover chapter 3 and chapter 4. Okay, alright. Any more questions or not? Ada tak? Okay, so kalau tak ada, okay, please for those yang ada handouts, please complete the handouts. If you're not sure, you can ask the friends. Teacher, does the try and error, was it? So will be given marks. Marks will be given only for the correct answer. Okay. If let's say the options that you list out to, okay, not the final answer, not the one of the answer, there's no working. Tapi that working might be useful for the next question. Okay, maybe for the longest ke, for the macam soalan C tadi Okay, let's look at the C question. You see? B to C and then D to A. Some of the working in B to C can be used for the next question. Okay, kalau tak longest, they might be useful for shortest. Okay, so you kena list out lah. Kalau you tak list out, you tak tahu what are the possible answers. Okay, because too many routes, sometimes you yourself got confused. I pun kadang-kadang confused. So nak tak nak, you memang kena list out. And for this kind of questions, memang dia akan makan masa in exam. So you try to do other question first. Okay, when it involves longest distance ke, longest route ke, you have to use quite some time and focus. Jangan ada distraction. Kalau tak, nanti you dah terlupa. That's why you list out the letters with the arrows, then only you get the numbers inside. Put the numbers inside. Jangan terus write the numbers. Later you don't know which vertices you are referring to. Okay, so make sure you use this tips lah. Alright, kejap ada lagi tak? Okay, so this one tak masuk in media exam. Subgraphs and trees tak sempat I rasa. Okay, so I think that's all. Thank you for joining my class. I really hope that this class will benefit you. Kalau tak dalam SPM, mungkin dalam mid-year akan datang. Okay? Alright, thank you very much, girls.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher. Okay, welcome.
Thank you, teacher.
Mhm.